Welcome back. 3 newborn babies have been infected with a drug-resistant bacteria at Queen Elizabeth Hospital. The bug is different from the one that caused an outbreak at the hospital earlier. The 3 baby girls, aged between 23 and 53 days old, are now in isolation in Queen Elizabeth Hospital after their infections were uncovered in August. They caught the Acinetobacter baumannii, a bacterium that affects those with weak immune systems, in the neonatal intensive care unit. Multiple strains of the bacteria were found in 2 of the girls. Microbiologist Vincent Cheng said the bacteria is in fact commonly found in our living environment, be it at home or in nature, without affecting most people. But it's a different story for high-risk patients.
This patient may develop invasive infection, including urinary tract infection, surgical site infection, peritonitis, pneumonia, or even more seriously, bacteremia. That means the blood culture is positive for the bacteria. And of course, if the patient is seriously ill with the underlying condition, and then the organism may affect the patient with significant morbidity and mortality.
Hospital authority figures show 34 cases in total last year, while 27 have been found this year so far. It's still investigating the source of infection. According to global data, the bacteria infection has a mortality rate of about 50%. But Dr. Chang said despite being what's called multi-drug resistant, it is still treatable.
In general, the name drug resistant, that means it is resistant to the first-line antibiotic treatment, so we can still use the second-line antimicrobial agent to treat the patient.
But these do come with stronger side effects and are especially harsh on the kidneys. Dr. Zheng said the most crucial step is prevention. Don't underestimate the effectiveness of diligent hand washing.
3 men were sent to prison today after being found guilty of defrauding power companies out of more than $30 million. They received sentences ranging from 8 to 23 months in jail. They were found guilty of tampering with their electric and gas meters and at several restaurants, causing the loss for CLP Power and Town Gas. The district court heard Town Gas received an anonymous letter in July last year about the meters being tampered with. A police investigation found the restaurants, with the help of a technician, inserted a small piece of wire in the meters to stop them from ticking when the gas and electricity was being used. Those found guilty today included the technician and 2 restaurant owners. The Urban Renewal Authority's budgetary surplus in the last fiscal year hit $4.4 billion. The value of its net assets was at an all-time high since the organization was founded 12 years ago, but it says it needs to be financially prudent given the large number of projects it has launched and a possible downturn in the property market. Jenny Lam reports.
The account books of the Urban Renewal Authority, or URA, are looking pretty healthy. It recorded a surplus of $4.4 billion for the last financial year and a 70% increase from the previous year. It's the second highest annual surplus the URA has seen since it was founded 12 years ago. Its net assets went up 20% to reach $26.2 billion. It might look like a bright and happy future for the URA, but the organization has nearly 20 projects on hand. Up till the end of March, the cost of properties under development reached a new high of $22.4 billion, an increase of nearly 20% from the year before. The URA believes it faces more risk now than ever before. URA Board Chairman Victor So talked of financial challenges and the need for prudent planning in his annual report. Our projects may be clouded by a possible downturn in the property market, he warned, because of an end to the loose monetary conditions over the 5 years since the global financial crisis. The URA's projects often incur huge compensation for the old buildings or even entire streets it takes over for redevelopment. But the plot ratio is usually minimal, so exposing the URA to financial risks. Legislator and URA board member James To, though, said it is their mission to redevelop old buildings that are not worth refurbishing.
So the URA must manage its financial position prudently by shortening the time between the clearing of the site and the tendering process, so that hopefully most of the risk will be shouldered and transferred to the developer partner.
He expects the URA to continue its work despite the ups and downs of the property market. Jenny Lam, TVB News.
You may soon be able to use your smartphone as an Octopus card. Octopus Cards Limited launched a trial run today for the city's first Octopus mobile payment service. Rani Samtani has more details.
1. Just like an Octopus card, you'll be able to pay for public transport and buy items at retail stores using your mobile phone. The new mobile payment service integrates the service's payment function with your smartphone using near-field communication or NFC technology. Sunny Chung, CEO of Octopus Cards Limited, says the service will be completely secure and personal data on your phone will be protected.
If you look at the Octopus card, it is a proximity payment. You have to place your Octopus or your NFC phone within certain centimeters. So for that reason, it is not easy for other people to tap into your card and get your money.
NFC technology is becoming more widely used in Hong Kong and is currently used by certain banks for automatic credit card payments. Octopus phone users will need to install a special SIM card in their device. The new payment service is being deployed from today on a trial run, with only 5,000 payment SIMs available from PCCW HKT outlets. And consumers will have to pay $100 to activate this feature on a mobile phone. For now, the service is only compatible with certain Sony smartphones, but Chung says Octopus is working with other network operators and phone manufacturers to include more networks and devices. The Optimus mobile SIM allows your phone to function just like an Octopus card. You simply tap your phone on the reader to make a payment. However, if your phone runs out of battery, the function will be disabled and you won't be able to make a payment. Rani Samtani, TVB News.
All right, Chris, you've got some exciting news for Hong Kong people.
Yeah, keep winning. Hong Kong's gold medal streak continued at the East Asian Games today, with the SAR winning top honors in the women's team squash event. Led by Annie Au, the city's quartet won 2 games in a row to edge out the South Koreans and earn the gold medal. Au did her bit, winning her individual game 11-5, 11-6, and 11-2. The bronze went to China. It wasn't just the squash players taking the podium. Hong Kong was also medaling in the fencing competition today. The SAR grabbed bronze in the women's team saber, sharing the podium with Chinese Taipei, China, and South Korea. And Hong Kong's men also earned bronze in the team épée event. In the Major League playoffs, it'll be St. Louis against the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League Championship decider after the Cardinals thrashed Pittsburgh Pirates overnight. Tony Savine reports.
To McCutcheon.
St. Louis drew first blood in their winner-takes-all decider against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And it happened at the bottom of the second inning when David Freese belted a 2-run home run to put the Cardinals 2-0 ahead. John Jay stretched St. Louis's lead with an RBI single in the 6th.
To center field.
Matt Adams extended the Cardinals' advantage again with a 2-run homer in the 8th. And Adam Wainwright had a terrific game on the mound, keeping the Pirates at bay to help his team to the series win. The St. Louis manager had nothing but praise for his star pitcher.
He's done an incredible job this year on both sides, teaching and then showing the guys by example how you go about your business.
We tip our hat to the Cardinals. I think this rivalry has turned into something that baseball can be proud of. It's become a rivalry for all the right reasons. Professional respect, the way the game's played, the effort. They beat a very good team.
Next up for the Cardinals, a tussle with the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League Championship Series, which begins tomorrow. Tony Savine, TVB News.
Joe Wilfried Tsonga of France strengthened his bid for a spot in the ATP Finals by beating Japan's Kei Nishikori to advance to the Shanghai Masters quarterfinals this afternoon. In last night's action, Roger Federer defeated Andreas Seppi 6-4, 6-3 to reach the next round. World number 1 Rafael Nadal was also a straight sets winner, beating his Ukrainian opponents with ease.
And back with some local news. New technology is now being used to help improve the quality of care for elderly people and those who suffer from dementia. Rachel Leung takes a closer look.
81-year-old Mrs. Chan, who has mild dementia, can still walk with the help of an assistant. Now, new technology can help dementia patients such as Mrs. Chan. Scientists say this is the world's smallest reflective device to measure blood oxygen content and heart rate. It uses reflective technology to check and record the pulse and oxygen levels by a finger sensor. Results then become available on a tablet. It will either be a smiley face indicating that blood oxygen is normal or a frown if there are irregularities. The machine will then transfer the results to a mobile phone of a family member of the patient.
For example, if it is a reflective type, for some elderly, they may have some we call the gray nail, and that may affect the measurement accuracy. But currently this one, we just need to reflect, so even they have the gray nail, that will not affect their measurement accuracy.
In addition, robotic dogs like this one can provide company for dementia patients and the elderly.
There are a lot of elderly who live lonely at home, so we developed this robot to interact with the elderly.
The pet robot's body has a lot of touch sensors. It can feel touches and make different responses. Although it is fun, but it is not recommended for the elderly to interact with it for more than 10 minutes. Patients can interact with the dog on a computer screen, and scientists say doing that for a long period of time can be bad for someone's eyesight. Rachel Leung, TVB News.
And finally for tonight, after somehow being forgotten for a century, a 350-year-old map of Australia will go on display next month in Canberra. The map of New Holland, the historical name of Australia, was created in 1663 by the master cartographer for the Dutch East India Company. It formed the basis for all other maps of New Holland and was even used by famed explorer Captain James Cook. Among its features are the first documented details of Tasmania. It's also the first time Australia and New Zealand are named by the Dutch. The map was snapped up by the National Library of Australia after it was stumbled upon in a storage facility in Sweden in 2010. Well, looks very exciting. I'd like to have a look at that.
I'd like to have it.
Me too. Well, that's the news for tonight. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Good evening. The weather was mainly cloudy with 1 or 2 rain patches over some areas. There were sunny periods in the afternoon. And as tonight's situation chart shows, the northeast monsoon is affecting the South China coast. Today's temperatures ranged from 24.7 to 30.4 degrees, and the relative humidity was between 67 to 95%. Winds are moderate east to northeasterlies. The current temperature is now 26.9 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity standing at 81%. 2.8 millimeters of rainfall has been recorded since midnight. So Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow? It will be mainly cloudy tonight. There will be 1 or 2 rain patches overnight and tomorrow morning. The minimum temperature will be around 25 degrees. Sunny periods during the day with a maximum temperature of around 30 degrees. There will be sunny periods on Sunday. Tomorrow's API is forecast at 25 to 90, and the pollution level will range from low to high. And the maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 8. And here's the latest global weather update. Sunny in Shanghai, cloudy in Xiamen. Sunny in Guangzhou, bright in Macau, cloudy in Chengdu. Sunny in Beijing, rain in Seoul, showers in Tokyo. Thunderstorms in Bangkok, rain in Manila. Showers in Kuala Lumpur, thunderstorms in Singapore, rain in Jakarta. Thunderstorms in New Delhi, rain in Mumbai. Sunny in Cairo. Sunny in Brisbane, showers in Sydney, bright in Melbourne. Sunny in Toronto. Cloudy in Vancouver, sunny in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Showers in London, rain in Amsterdam, showers in Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a lovely evening.